Good day and welcome back to another Dbz Dokkan battle video. In this video we're going to take a look at the 41st World Tournament in Dbz Dokkan battle. Now this is a good time for a World Tournament just before the 7th anniversary. Although it is one hell of a grind, there are plenty of great rewards that players can get. And we'll take a look at everything, including a team update and also of course the various rewards and why it's the best time to be having the World Tournament. If you need any more help on World Tournament, you can see my video in the top right hand corner where I take you through the entire World Tournament step by step. Now of course the World Tournament missions are really straightforward. Completing 20 of them, win 20 in a row, and getting score totals of 23 to 30 million. Try and aim for the 23 mark. It will require you to complete the missions 32 times and you should be able to get some decent rewards. You also want to rank pretty high locally so that you can get a copy of the World Tournament LR, and of course we also have the different tiers that players can be in where you'll get different rewards depending on your tier. All in all, there's over 50 stones to be earned during a World Tournament, so although it's one hell of a grind, it is incredibly rewarding, and especially during or before an anniversary, it is insane the fact that they are going to drop 50 stones right before an anniversary. So it's very valuable. There are some special missions that you can complete during the World Tournament for special World Tournament medals. You use these medals to Dokkan Awaken World Tournament LRs and World Tournament Summonable SSRs. Of course, the missions are pretty straightforward, being low class warriors, Saiyan Saga, and also being using a World Tournament category unit. It's very important to take note that you will get 3 daily missions every day for winning 3 World Tournaments. However, you need to make sure that you also complete 3 stages separately, as winning a World Tournament does not count as completing a stage. The reason why this is the best time to be taking on a World Tournament is because there is a stamina time reduction as part of the preparation for the Dokkan anniversary. There is a 5-minute to 3-minute stamina reduction, which is fantastic and helps you out a lot. So that is pretty much it when it comes to all the prep work and the rewards. What we're going to do now is we're going to take a look at the various team builds that you can use to take on the World Tournament. So we're going to take a look at 4 different team builds, starting with a completely free-to-play team build. Now this is the optimal free-to-play team build using the new Ginyu, who's 120% lead. The team features a ton of AoE with Raditz, Krillin, and of course the second form Frieza. The 120% lead is also 40% more than the previous free-to-play team, which was run under the Strength Frieza. You can switch out Strength Frieza for whichever unit you want, but because of our heavy extreme focus, we're now going to bring the Android 17 and 18 support unit because they're going to support the majority of our team except for Krillin. And then of course we have Raditz, great unit who's going to count for some of our challenges, and we also have Broly. We always take Strength LR Broly as a lead except for the second team, but overall a pretty good team. Relatively easy to get. If you do not have the LR Ginyu Force, you can use the LR Androids or Prime Battle Frieza as your lead. The second team is a super base team. Some people maybe don't have the best extreme orientated AoE units, so we're using a super base team here. This is the only team you cannot take the friend lead Broly with, so you're going to need to change that, which is a big hindrance on this team's performance, but overall it's pretty strong, with Piccolo, Krillin, and the Super Saiyan Gotenks all being AoE units, as well as the fact that you can obviously take the Jocko unit here. Jocko is a summonable unit, which is why he's not in the free-to-play team, but if you have Jocko or Chaozu, who stun whenever they come into combat, you should always be taking them. Because of the super focus, we obviously bring the Great Saiyaman 1 and 2 unit. Remember that for World Tournament teams, you only run under one lead, so it's imperative that you bring some kind of key support if your units require key to get to their supers. The next is a summonable team. This is one I used to use back in the day, a pretty solid one as well. We have the Vegeta, who's a pure Saiyans and super class lead of 100%. And then we also have a AoE Majin Vegeta, the tech one, who's easy aid, to do some decent AoE damage. We have Raditz as well, the Int Raditz. We have the AGL Turles, who's a great support. We have Jocko, who is that AoE stun. We have Krillin, who will run under the 100% lead. And because Vegeta is a pure Saiyan's lead, we also have the ability to take the LR Strength Broly. So all in all, a very solid team. Now we come to what I consider to be the best team for the World Tournament. This is the team I usually always use. Here we have the full power movie bosses Broly lead. This allows us to bring double strength LR Brolys, which is obviously a fantastic situation because LR Strength Broly is still the best World Tournament unit currently in the game. We also have the Vegeta. We have Krillin, we have Turles as a support, we have Jocko, and we also have the full power Cell. It's very important if you're using Cell that you get his 11 key for his AoE. You cannot get anything else, so make sure you get his 11 key. That is 1 key away from the top, so try and arrange that and this team will flow pretty easily. The team itself runs great. The Brolys really carry the run. In terms of items, as always, I suggest taking Ghost Usher, Baba, Emperor Pilaf, and of course the King Yemma. Basically, you're going to use the Baba and the Emperor Pilaf to prevent enemy super attacks, which would one-hit KO you from about difficulty 10. And you're going to want to also obviously bring the King Yemma for some damage reduction, and you can bring the Ghost Usher to just straight up skip the turn. The goal of World Tournament is always to complete every single run in one attempt. So basically, you don't want to fight multiple rounds because you'll be wasting a lot of items. You want to really try your best to complete the stages as quickly as possible. Obviously, the preliminary stage being the only outlier, because what you want to do with the preliminary stage is you're going to want to obviously make sure that you avoid as much combat as possible, and we'll talk about that now. So in the prelim round, which is the only round in the entire World Tournament where you fight more than one enemy, what you actually want to do is you want to take out one enemy and then basically avoid the other two for as long as possible. Now, I'm not going to do that in the first difficulty, but I honestly suggest you do it. The reason why you do this is the points gained from killing the other two enemies is negligible in comparison to the round finishing gain and the rest of the points that you get from finishing the final stage of a World Tournament. You're basically going to miss out on approximately 30 to 40,000 points a run, which in the grand scheme of things doesn't matter too much. If there's a bonus team there, you'll be losing out on a bit more, but it's really not too big an issue. Now, the second reason you want to do this is basically to cut down time. Obviously, fighting the other two units does make your round go faster, but overall, it can obviously be quite time consuming, especially if they keep moving away from you. The next thing you want to do is obviously conserve on items. Support items, although not needed every single run, are quite valuable. You don't really want to burn through all of your Ghost Ushers just skipping every single stage. That would mean you run through 120 Ghost Ushers in 30 World Tournaments, which doesn't sound bad in theory, but it can definitely be quite costly, especially if you don't run the Belma prep event or anything like that. So 100% it's to save items. You want to make your life as easy as possible and just simplify everything. If you don't know how the movement system in World Tournament works, basically if you select the biggest number, you will be going last. So for example, if I select 6, I would go after all the other units in the round have gone. If I select 1, I will be going first. So yeah, pretty straightforward. Honestly, for me, I always avoid the units in the first round, especially from around difficulty 15, where it becomes quite damaging to take on the units. Please be very careful whenever you take on units in World Tournament. They can still hit very hard. You're going to see Broly hit us for about 70,000 here, and realistically it's just not a risk you want to take. If Broly had super there, we would have lost, especially while you're working your way up to the 20 wins or the 20 consecutive wins requirement for your missions. So just be wary of that and try and make sure that you avoid getting knocked out. But that's pretty much it when it comes to the World Tournament, guys. I'm not going to go through an entire World Tournament run. I've done plenty of those on the channel, and you can watch plenty of them if you need further guidance. Literally, I've done a couple World Tournament videos, and so there should be more than enough information to be able to help you guys out. And hopefully I've given you the basis so that you know how to take on the 41st World Tournament and how best to tackle it with the current available units. But yeah, that's pretty much going to be it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. As you can see, by the way, the missions here, you'll notice that we did not complete a stage mission, even though we finished a stage clearly. So just remember that you need to clear your 3 daily stages. Please make sure you do that. Also, not to mention that obviously there are the banners up. We will be taking a look at them in a separate video, just to see which one you should maybe spend your World Tournament rewards on, whether you want to or not. So we'll take a look at that and just kind of give you guys a heads up on those banners. But that's pretty much going to be it from me. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Obviously, World Tournaments are a hell of a grind, so try and set up some anime or try and find something to do to help ease the pain. But that's going to be it from me. Hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did, or leave a comment if you need more help. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.